Can you hear us?
I apologize.
My mother's block.
We just lost our phone connection. The phone
Let's
service
stay
here
related to love.
is absolutely terrible. We wanted to show you, for all of us who have been living through this storm, and we heard the wind and the rain pounding against our windows. It's hard to imagine what was actually flying through the air, and we actually have an idea now. I mean, look at pieces of plywood that fell on top of cars. If you look over here, and this
Nadine,
is just in the
this is
streets
where Mom
here in
lives. There's
Manhattan,
Con Edison and
there are
Seatown.
metal pipes.
They're going to
This
show
piece
Mom's
of
building.
piping, I mean, it's pretty heavy off a local building. This is the kind of things that could hit cars and actually people. I mean, here's something in the middle of the avenue. This piece of metal is so heavy. I was trying to. I mean, I can't even pick it up. So that's the strength of this storm and how much debris was flying through the air. If you look down the street, I mean, people with daylight are now just beginning to come out of their homes. Con Ed is out trying to restore power, and we should mention, evidenced by the traffic lights right up here, there is no power to any of these buildings, no power to the traffic lights. We've been driving all over Manhattan this morning. In fact, we're broadcasting right now. My cameraman has a backpack on, no trucks. We've been able to be pretty mobile. Driving through the streets, absolutely eerie. It's absolute mayhem in the middle of Manhattan. No traffic lights. No one really knows where to go. And you can see people are coming out into the streets, taking photos, trying to find their vehicles, which, by the way, are strewn up and down these streets. The water in this area had actually been so high, and we showed you earlier in the show, cars had been moved perpendicular to the street, floating away. And so that's the situation we're dealing with. I mean, Bill, if we can swing around right here, look, here's another piece of plywood. This is a major New York City Manhattan Avenue, and there are pieces of wood absolutely still in the streets. And so people are just trying to figure out now when they're going to get their power back. And by the way, the answer to that
There's
question,
Mom's building.
very much unclear. We actually
With the
were speaking with
balconies.
some Con Ed workers earlier and said, when do you think this can happen? What's the estimate? Man told our producer, Jen Long, don't know when, we don't even know where to start. And so, as we can give you another live picture down the street here, people just beginning to get to their cars. Here's a Con Ed car trying to figure out exactly where to go. One other important note before we go, Matt and Savannah, there are puddles. And if you're watching in the New York and New Jersey area right now, there are puddles. And you walk through these puddles, and you think to yourself, everything's fine. A woman had been electrocuted by walking in one of those puddles. You can also fall into a manhole. And so that's the situation here. Again,